Welcome, folks, to the last series of discussion of databases. And here we are interested in, again, covering these last 10 problems here. The first one, we're interested in a description of advantages of using DBMS over file-based systems. Now, when we talk of DBMS, there are things that we want to eliminate from a file-based system or structure. One is data redundancy. We don't want multiple records pointing to the same thing. We also want improved data integrity. In other words, we also want to control multiple user access with concurrent control. Then they also need to have better security controls. So the first thing first, we want to reduce, if not eliminate, reduce data redundancy. In other words, we don't want to have, like I'm saying, a repetition of data within the database. We also want improved data integrity. And we also want to make sure that within our database, there are better or improved security controls. So we want better security controls. Then the last one that we might be interested in looking at is we want to allow multiple user access. So we want multiple user access. And as this happens, we also want to make sure that there is concurrency control. With concurrency control, always we should have the latest correct update of data within all database platform. Explain program data independence. So when we talk of program data independence, here we are interested in application programs which do not need to change. So here we are saying application programs, application programs do not change. In which event we are not expecting to have program change when the structure of the database changes. When the structure of the database changes. Right, so this is program data independence. We don't want a connection between the two to say when the database or the structure of the database changes, we also have application programs changing as well. Given a university database description, identify entities and attributes. So here we're just giving a basic example to say if we are looking at a university database, things that we might look at is, well, we might be interested in the student themselves. So student, and or for a student, what do we need as attributes? So we might be interested in ID, name, and age. So here we can say student, ID, name, and age as the attributes. What else can we need within the student database? We might be interested in the courses that the student is taking, so we can talk of course, and for course, which attributes do we need for a course? Obviously, we need his ID and his name, so we can talk of course ID and course name. Then what else can we think of within a university database? Obviously, there are lecturers who are tutoring these courses, so we can talk of an entity lecturer. Obviously, a lecturer should also have an ID because they might have two names, so we can talk of lecturer, ID, and name. I think that might suffice for database university. Then next we are interested in normalizing the following data to third normal form. Let's see if I